I'm 4-1 meteorologist Kim Adams. First at 4, another chilly day here in Metro Detroit with wind chills right now only in the 40s. We'll talk about a tiny warm up later on in the week coming up.
Also first at 4, retaliation for a terror attack. We are monitoring Israel's new war and how civilians are being used as human shields. Also, dozens of families are being affected by a new ripple effect from the UAW strike, and we're going to take a look at how that billion-dollar loss is adding up. Christy.
So I am in front of Michigan's first 3D printed home. It's in Detroit, in the Island View neighborhood, which is on the city's east side. We're going to take you on a tour and hear how it's all been done.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, we are monitoring a new war in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. This is a live look at the Gaza City right now. It is now 11 p.m. over there. Explosions like this have been rocking the Gaza Strip as Israel seeks retaliation for a bloody weekend attack that left about 900 people dead. Israel has ordered a complete siege of the area. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. The world is watching a vicious new round of violence in the Middle East. Israel is calling Saturday's attack that country's version of 9/11, and now it is fighting back with full force. Civilians on both sides are already suffering a terrible toll. Let's bring in Damon Fernandez. He is tracking the very latest for us. Damon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Karen. And talk about chaos. Lots of eyes on this. You know, today Israel says it's largely regained control of its southern towns where it had been battling Hamas during heavy battles on its streets for the first time in decades. Now, the surprise attacks this weekend stunned Israel and much of the world. Just take a look at this video. This is what people are saying payback looks like as Israel is now pounding the West Bank and Gaza Strip. Dozens of people are searching through rubble. After Israeli strikes, explosions have been heard and black smoke is rising. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to take, quote, mighty vengeance. The continued fighting has killed civilians on both sides, about 700 in Israel and nearly 500 in Gaza. 73 soldiers have also died. Thousands of people are injured. So far, 9 Americans are among the dead. Israel's retaliation is complicated because it's believed Hamas has taken dozens of people hostage. Now, Reuters is sharing this video, allegedly of a militant's dash cam, showing the moments when an Israeli man is taken hostage by armed gunmen. We've not independently verified this video. It's just one example of what happened at a music festival during that surprise attack Saturday. Dozens of families are now desperate to hear about loved ones. One man says his wife, 2 daughters, and mother-in-law are among those who've been taken.
I don't know what conditions are they held in. I don't know if they ate enough, if they're cold or hot, if they're hurt, if they're getting treatment right. You know, it's a situation you just can't do this kind of things.
Well, Israel stopped deliveries of food, water, fuel, and supplies to the Gaza Strip right now. It's a blockade that's home to 2.3 million people, all of them now caught in the middle of this war between Israel and Hamas.
Meantime, U.S. is flexing its military muscle, too.
Yeah, you know, this is so complicated all around. The Defense Department is sending the USS Gerald Ford, along with 5,000 sailors, cruisers, and destroyers to the eastern Mediterranean. Now, the show of force is meant to discourage any regional expansion of the conflict. We'll have updated information tonight on Local 4 News at 5, Karen.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Damon.
Thank you.
In addition to our continuing coverage at 5 and 6, NBC's Lester Holt will be inside Israel for a special edition of Nightly News. That's at 6:30 tonight, right here on Local 4. Well, you're about to see some surveillance video from inside a grocery store that led to the arrest of a man with a gun. Watch the upper left corner of the screen for a man in a blue coat. It might be hard to see the gun in his hand. This happened Thursday at the Kroger in Bloomfield Township on Telegraph Road. Police say that man pulled a gun and pointed it at another customer in the store. Witnesses told police they heard the suspect threaten the other man, but we haven't heard a motive yet. Officers arrested the suspect while leaving that store and then recovered the gun. Isaiah Anthony Ware is now charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. He's free on bond tonight. Some experts are hopeful the UAW could be working toward a deal sometime this week, but Ford just laid off another 71 workers at the Livonia transmission plant. The company blames it on the work stoppage at the Chicago assembly plant. Today, we saw workers on the picket line over in Pontiac. It is day 25 of the strike against GM, Ford, and Stellantis. It was a quiet weekend after Friday's announcement. GM has agreed to put EV battery plants under the UAW contract. Now, at the time, the union didn't add any new plants to the strike. Today, the Anderson Economic Group estimates the cost of the strike is approaching $6 billion in lost wages, along with losses for the big three: suppliers, dealers, and customers. Business editor Rob Maloney working his sources this afternoon just to see if there might be any kind of progress to report. Rod.
Well, they're saying that they're talking, Karen, and above all, that's the most important thing, although it sounds like they're not, doing 24/7 kind of bargaining, but they are working toward an agreement. This did put the whole joint venture plant, the battery plants, under the national contract that GM apparently agreed to on Friday, puts enormous pressure on both Ford and Stellantis. And so they probably spent the weekend sort of looking at the numbers to see what they can do and how. It's important to remember that a lot of these jobs that they're going to be apparently putting under the national contract don't even exist yet. And so the question becomes, how do they do this and remain competitive? And that's the major concern in the industry, as to whether they can do this and stay competitive.
So, Rod, give us a little bit of perspective on this, because GM putting that EV battery plant under the contract really was a huge turning point. So what does that mean for negotiations?
Well, it means that they have to probably go back to the drawing board a little bit, because there is no way that they're going to accept a contract from GM that isn't equal in the other two companies. So the other two companies now have to decide how they can do this and how they can match what GM is doing, in addition to all the other things that they've agreed to, like cost of living adjustments does not have any kind of a cap on it, so that they can manage those costs. And so I imagine that the people with the calculators are very busy now trying to figure out how to make all of this work.
A lot of moving pieces on day 25 of this strike. All right. Thank you, Rod. We'll check back at 5. And you can also get updates around the clock at clickondetroit.com and download the app to get your alerts on your phone as major developments happen. Well, some of you might have pulled out the winter coat this morning. Many of us turning up that heat at night. Kim Adams is tracking a chillier than normal week. How'd you hold up this weekend, Kim? It was chilly.
I mean, yeah, and,
right?
and we had a lot of outdoor activities, but you just kind of bundled up. As long as there's sunshine, it's a lot different. 53 degrees when it's pouring rain and 53 degrees when it's sunny, even though it's the same temperature, can hit very differently. 57 right now at City Airport. We've got some clouds out there, but enough breaks and enough holes in order to allow some filtered sunshine to get through. It's pouring down rain, though, from Traverse City over to Alpena. We can't rule out a stray shower overnight tonight. Actually, for the next couple of days, just unstable. There could be a brief shower from time to time, especially if you live north of M59. Otherwise, a little more cloudy tomorrow. Highs stay in the low 50s, wind chills in the 40s. So it is another cold day for us. We'll talk about that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Michigan's first 3D printed house is under construction right now over on Detroit's east side. The elements were printed in Corktown by Citizen Robotics. It's a nonprofit looking for innovative and cost-effective ways to build. Christy McDonald takes us on a tour of what could be the construction of the future.
Yeah, this is the first home in Michigan, and we think in the Midwest, that is 3D printed. As we walk up, we're walking up to the stoop that showcases some of what the 3D printer can do.
Okay, so tell me what we're looking at right now.
Yeah,
and I always feel like, can I touch it?
Yes, of course. This is a cementitious mortar. So we print with a sort of concrete product that our robot extrudes about a 2-inch wide bead of concrete, and we can do all sorts of patterns and textures, and so this is sort of showing off a little bit what the robot can do with this stoop wall. But then the rest of the house, so the exterior perimeter of this 1,000 square foot home is 3D printed. This is actually a stucco finish applied to the exterior, which helps with waterproofing and just gives it the color.
You want to take us inside?
Yeah, come on in.
Let's do it. Come on in. This is 1,000 square feet.
1,000 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and this is what's called a visitable home. So it's if somebody in a wheelchair or less abled wants to enter the home, they are able to do so from the street.
Describe for us the interior wall that you have there.
So this feature wall is again 3D printed concrete, and it's a curved wall that our robot can produce.
Can this be replicated on a larger scale? I mean, let's walk a little bit down here. I mean, can we see more houses like that, or is it cost effective to do more at the same time?
Exactly. So obviously, when you're doing your first one in a pilot home, you're learning as you go. So this first one probably isn't the most affordable home. HUD has capped the sell price at $225,000.
And we think about it, okay, is that okay for this neighborhood in terms of people being able to buy it?
We think so. I mean, right behind us here, we see some pretty exclusive condos. It opens up the door for not only design to further itself, but for larger conversations as in terms of what type of housing is needed here in Detroit, what do people want to see here in Detroit, and the quality of the houses that we're looking for.
Wow, that is really cool. Thank you, Christy. By the way, not everything is 3D printed. There is also drywall, framing, and electrical. The house is expected to be done in the next few months.